And welcome back to another video. This video is all about growing corn in pots. I'm going to go through the basics of what I've done to get to this stage, and we have our tassels starting, oh look at all that, starting to dust our silks. And if you don't know about corn, silks are those little fluffy things there, that each one of those little silky things, because they're called silks, will turn into a corn. And then the ear of corn will actually grow on the stem. So the exciting thing about stuff like this is these are technically a grass. So yeah, I know. So you're technically growing grass that will grow corn. And corn is the seeds of the grass. Let me just remove this snake. Come here, come here. Don't break my corn. It's good rat control. Hold on, I'll be back. Really? Okay, we have birds going crazy. When you try and film a video and just get attacked by birds. I don't know. Maybe I'll get the hose on the little buggers. Shoo. Okay, as we were saying, these corn plants are only about 4 or 5 weeks old, about 4 foot tall. They're going to get around 6 foot or so. The tassels, which is that little fluffy bit there, look at all that. That is how it pollinates the silks, and the silks turn into ears of corn. Exciting stuff. So in this video, I'm going to go through the basics of what we did to get to this point. Very, very easy. These are in pots. Yeah, only like about a 40 centimeter by 30 centimeter pot. And I was going to thin them out, but I've actually got 2 or 3 corn plants per pot. So yes, fertilizer, water, sun, very, very easy. Have to obviously watch out for rats in the corns, so you need some corn control. Yes, now the birds have gone, it's nice and quiet. But these are sweet corn. I've got a couple of different varieties of corn. Very, very easy to grow. This is my first time growing corn. So far, so good. There are a lot of bugs and stuff that are going to wipe out corn plants. Yeah, so, ready bird? Birds are back. Oh my goodness. But these have just started in the last couple of days. That is a lot of pollen. Look at that. So you do want to grow corn plants all together in a clump so that the pollen with the wind falls on the... Every single little silk needs to be pollinated. Otherwise you're only going to get a few corns on the actual cob of corn. There they are right there. How cool is that? So yeah, so hopefully they'll develop 2 or 3 ears per actual stem. I'm going to go through what I've done to set up these ones in this video, and these are bicolored corn, same sort of idea. Just got a cage around them to support them as they grow. So we're just going to put some, twine or whatever around so they don't get blown over in the wind. And talking about getting blown over in the wind, that's why I have these star pickets in each pot. They're just plastic star pickets. Haven't even tied them to them yet because they've been growing so fast. Last week they were like half the size. So in another week they will be way up there, I would say. But we did get one fall down. Birds everywhere. Go away, birds. That poor corn, which is in my hydroponic system, actually got blown away. Yeah, snapped right at the roots with the storm. So we'll see if that survives. Really, bird? They do not like a snake. How could anyone not like you? Oh, don't break my corn. We won't like you if you break my corn. Okay, well I'm gonna move this snake out the way before it eats a bird. Really, bird? That's just like taunting the snake, isn't it? Maybe this video will be snake versus bird. Wow, really? Do you think that's a smart thing to do? Really? Yeah, I don't think that's a smart thing to do. Anyway, what we're going to do now is go through all the basics of that and see what's inside our cage. When you get corn, you get them in a little punnet like this, and with the corn, obviously there's 2 or 3 individual ones. You want to plant ideally 1 in each pot. I'm using, it's roughly a 30 centimetre or a 40 centimetre by 30 centimetre pot roughly. You can see the idea of those. I'm using a premium soil mix. Make sure it drains super well, and just using a fertilizer on top of that as well. But that is it. It's pretty basic. It seems to be working super well. Obviously there's lots of weird beetles and bugs that can affect the corn, so you just have to make sure that it's bug control. So just either put your nasty sprays on them, or you can just check them for bugs like I am all the time. Ideally a cage would be great. And talking about cages, and this is my cage. Yes, it didn't get blown away in the storm. There goes Benji. Sounds like a toilet, but that is because the solar pump is currently going. Let's check out the beans. And check that out. We have our first purple beans developing. There are a lot of them. So these have obviously pollinated by wind because it's inside a cage. Mr. Skeleton has purple beans all growing up him. We have a few dead leaves happening, and I'm pretty sure that was from the storm completely blowing my cage and ripping all this bit and knocking it around. So there is a fair bit of bean damage, but hopefully it hasn't completely destroyed the plants. I know, it was going so well until the storm hit, but hey, that's what happens. Storms happen, and everything happens. Oh, there are some decent purple beans. Look at those. Do I like beans? No. Am I going to try beans? Yes. But that is the purple beans. This, oh my goodness. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I dumped all the seeds in pots and everything went berserk. These are apparently cabbages. They are not going to go well because we're in the subtropics and it's just got hot. So these are going to melt in the next day or so. But we do have radish. There are radishes developing there. We've already tried a few. They taste like radish. My lettuce is brilliant. Look at that lettuce. That is a delicious lettuce. I have no idea what type. No idea what they are. I think they're a broccoli. They're not going to survive. They're just going to go to seed because it's too hot. Spring onions, they're okay. And that, I'm pretty sure, is beetroot. No idea if that's going to survive or not because the tropics. But, who cares? The fun is planting them and seeing what happens. Hydroponic tomatoes are going well. I had to tie them all down because, gale force wind turned Mr. Skeleton's head around. Moved my lights and everything. Look at the cords all wrapped around. Yeah, great stuff. That is a bok choy, and that has grown heaps in the last week. That is a really nice bok choy. Way too many carrots in pots. Check that out. That is not going to end well. That's just going to be a mangled, munted carrot. So that's going to be so much fun to harvest that and another pot of them here. These are actually pots. You can't even, oh, there you go. You can sort of see them. Just pots sitting there. Yeah, it's ridiculous. This part, which is the hydroponic tomatoes, going well. I am trimming them down. There are so many roots in there. Look at that. Yeah, that is a nice, easy system. So hydroponic tomatoes, but they are solar powered as well. So when the sun hits, pumps a hydroponic solution all through them, back into that little tub thing. Yeah, everything else is going well. These have just taken off crazy in the last couple of days. Once the roots hit the hydroponic solution, boom. I know. Cape gooseberry, wow, the bugs trying to eat this. Nasty little beetles keep managing to get in my cage. If you've ever kept a Cape gooseberry before, it is a magnet for these stupid little potato beetles which just wipe out the whole plant so quick. But we have Cape gooseberries growing and we're on bug patrol pretty much 24/7. Look at that leaf. Someone has destroyed you, you little bugger. I'm pretty sure I got that bug yesterday. But you never know. All they have to do is lay eggs and then 2 days later, half the plant disappears. Yes, I've got, what are these? These are a weird watermelon. Not going too well. We got some mildew on some of those, and those annoying little beetles. If you can see one on that leaf, let's zoom in a little bit. Those beetles there that eat the mildew, it's also spread the mildew. Yeah, and they're small enough to go through the bloody cage, aren't they? I think eventually when I move to acreage and do all this properly, that's why everything is in pots, I'm going to get giant greenhouses that are bug proof and go full crazy, I believe. Where's that eccentric person that just grows weird stuff? There he is in greenhouse number 5, down on 2 acres of nightmare. Oh well, but yes, we'll see how all that goes. Mildew won't wipe the whole plant out, but it will spread. And once the humidity hits in the next month, it's probably going to destroy all those. But talking about humidity and destroying things, the wind did destroy more of my hydroponic tomatoes in this system. If you haven't seen this system, you're lucky. They've just started going onto the cage, and look, completely snapped off. That was up to there. I know, these ones just need to go on there. There's a few that aren't in the hydroponic solution, just older tomato plants. But yeah, that is where we are. So quick update on the corn. It is growing awesomely. So let's hope no nasty bugs find the corn. Let me zip all that down again. So the cage survived a storm as well. That is great. Blue tomatoes. Hopefully they will actually be blue. I know. Yeah, so cage survived, and all my corn, bar one up there, survived the storm. So I think we've only really got another couple of weeks before we start to get corn on these. Hurrah. Now they will keep growing apparently. I've talked to a few people that actually know about growing corn. So they're going to get another couple of foot higher than this, so about 6 foot or so. But yeah, they should have 2 or 3 things, ears of corn. They call them an ear. Well, there we go. Growing corn in pots. Got any comments? Comment down below. Yeah, I may be able to help if you got any questions, but hey, I'm new to it as well. But at least you know you can grow corn in pots. Well, get to this stage anyway. We'll see if the corn actually works. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you want to see more stuff, there is more stuff on the screen now. And we will see you in the next one. Woof, woof. What are you doing? What are you doing? Squinty eye in the sun.